Okay, so this is just the second part of the video. So we're after recording this purchase order invoice for the ordering black tops and brown tops from our supplier. Then we want to record a payment of invoice so that we've actually paid the supplier for that. So we've paid them for 4,000 plus VAT, which was the full amount. And before I do that, I'm actually going to go ahead and raise the second purchase invoice, purchase order from the supplier. So invoice number 2. So back into excuse me, the supplier Lovely Looks. Go to new order. I don't think we put a reference in the last one. Should have been reference 1. This will be reference 2. Okay, so this time we're ordering 150 pink tops and 125 multicolored ones. So let's go pink tops and multicolored. And what did we say? We said 150 and 125. 50 of these, 25 of these. Save. Order now. We don't want to print it. Close. And same again, we go to purchase orders, and you can see the second order now is on order. Okay, so whenever it comes into the shop and we've checked it off, then we go receive delivery and update stock. And the delivery is then complete. And then another key part, not to forget, we need to update our ledger to record this purchase. Update ledger, update, save. Yes, continue. And always check posted should say full or yes. So full in this case. That's now posted to the ledger. If that doesn't say posted, you've forgotten to do the updated ledgers part. Okay, so now we've ordered 2 separate invoices. We've ordered items from Lovely Looks. And then in the exercise saying record a payment of invoice 1, 4,000 plus VAT. Okay, so we're in the, sorry, I'll close that again. We're in the purchase order section. Sorry, I'm wrong. We go to the supplier section and we've highlighted Lovely Looks Limited. And then we go up to this button here, supplier payment. Okay. And PAYE, so you select which supplier do you want to pay. So it's Lovely Looks, hit OK. And it shows down here the 2 open PI purchase invoices for Lovely Looks. We only want to pay the first one. And so go to the payment balance here. And you can type in the amount we owe them, 4920, or you can go up to this button up here and hit pay in full. Sometimes it's better to hit that because you see in the next one, 5073.75. Like in reality, if you're doing this day in, day out, you're probably processing a large amount of data and paying off several different purchase invoices for several different suppliers, and you're doing it very quickly. You're almost doing it on autopilot sometimes. It's very easy to do a typo or typing error. So instead of typing in the 4920 up here, just hit pay in full, and that will make sure that you you have the balance in correctly. Now we're not paying the second one yet because the exercise just asked us to pay the first one. So then we go save and close. Okay, and you can double click into Lovely Looks Limited. See the balance is now back down to 5. It was at 9. You can also hit when you're in the supplier screen. You can all hit, when you select Lovely Looks there, you can hit the activity button to review what activity has gone on. So you can see there was 2 purchase invoices and then a PP, a purchase payment. So you can see the 4920 was the invoice. Then there was an invoice for 5073. Sorry, didn't mean to open that. And then a purchase payment 4920. So you checked that that's correct. Okay. And again, you can always do a quick check on your trial balance down in the nominal code screen. Okay, so creditors control account's gone back to 5. And when we did that payment, that updates the ledgers automatically as well. Because if we come on to bank soon enough, but you can also go to your bank module or your bank button, and it's all happening in your bank current account, other than the 500 we posted as an opening balance into your petty cash account. But you can drill into your bank current account or double click on your bank current account. Sorry, it's the activity button I'm looking for. Here it is. And you can see the payment going out there. You can see down here was the debit, so the money coming into your bank. That was when we did that journal capital payment, and then the credit, so you're after paying this amount out of your bank. So that all looks in order. So let's carry on. Okay, we've raised this invoice. Now we're going down to sales invoices. And I'm saying here, please use customer new invoice approach, because in 2 classes ago, we went to sales order and then dispatch. So I'll just explain the difference between those two. So the class before last, in class 5, we went sales order here, and we went the new button from here, and we filled out our sales order. That's just given us an extra step to do, because then we had to go dispatch the order and then update the ledger. Really, you would only do that if you have an order from a customer, but you don't have all the items in stock yet, so you need to purchase them from your supplier first before you can then dispatch them. And so it holds the sales order on hold. But if you're just making a normal sale, just go to customers. Let's go to, let's do this one. So the first one is Primark. This one here, let's highlight that blue just for handiness sake. So we're going to do a sales order to Primark. Sorry, sales invoice to Primark. So we're in the customer screen. We click on Primark and we open him up. And we go new invoice. And the Primark are buying BRNs, the brown ones, 100 of those. BRN 100, and BSB and PK are the other 2 items. So BSB black tops and PK the pink tops. And they're ordering 100 of black and 200 of the pink. So 100 and 200. So just double check my numbers. 100, 100, 200. Yeah. That is our order. Now, I know I have a date beside it here in the exercise, so you can put the date up there if you want. That's just for example purposes. I'm not going to bother about the dates. For this example, it doesn't make a huge pile of difference. And then we go save and close. Okay. So first one done. And then don't forget to sorry, just double checking something there. Okay, so let's raise the second invoice. So Donald stores on green. So customers, Donald stores. Open that up. New invoice. And it's going to be 90 of the black and 100 of the pink. 90. Always good to just double check your numbers. So 90 and 100. 90 and 100 in the quantity field. And save that. And close. Then we want to do a return. So Donald Stores has returned 5 of the pink tops. So we want to do a sales credit there. Again, I just need to let the bar at the top disappear for me. It's a little bit awkward while doing this because it's covering some of the buttons I need. So let's go into both of these customers just because those pop-ups are getting annoying. So if you go into the customer, see this pop-up terms have not been agreed. Go into the credit control tab and down here, terms agreed, and save. So let's assume we've talked to them and agreed those credit period and credit limits with them. Credit control, terms agreed. We'll probably do that at the start of the next exercise. Save all the pop-ups. Okay, so save that and close the screen. Okay, so now we want to go back and do a credit for Donald Stores for 5 of the pink tops. So come here down to invoices and credits. And so you should always select the invoice that you want to credit. So in real life or in reality, if somebody's coming in to return an item, you'll ask them for a copy of their receipt or the invoice of when they bought it. And you would look up that invoice on your system and you would apply the credit against that. Just it's good housekeeping. So we've only got one invoice to Donald Stores, so that makes it a bit easier. And we go new credit. And it was the pink tops. Pink. And he's returning 5 of them. Okay, and save. Sorry, I haven't selected the account reference up here, so just have to select again. So it was Donald Stores, DST, and save. Okay. So now in our invoices and credits, we can see here there was 2 invoices and 1 credit to Donald Stores. Okay, now in here we see the posted column is blank. So that means we've done all our invoices, sales invoices, and we've done our credit. Now we want to update ledgers for all of them. So update ledger button, hit OK, and close. Sorry, I had actually only highlighted 1 there. So you can see that's why posted is only against that one. So let's select the other 2 now. You could do them all together. I just didn't select them all by accident. Okay. And close. Okay, so now posted, it's saying yes beside everything. So our ledgers are now updated for that. Okay, so that's our sales done and our credit. Okay, go back to our exercise, update ledger we've done. Check the nominal ledger. We've done that a few times. I showed you how that works. So yeah, always good. Just check your nominal ledger or run a quick trial balance to make sure you haven't maybe posted something wrong or made a typo or put too many zeros on and your trial balance looks mental. Just keep an eye on that. It's a good way to check as you go along. Okay, so now next thing, record a receipt of payment from Primark for their full invoice of 11,400 plus VAT. So this exercise is quite like what you'll be getting your end of term project. It'll be a bit more difficult, obviously, but we work through additional exercises to get you to the standard we're going to test you on. But a lot of this will be in it. So where we've said, record a sale, record a purchase, you'll be getting the source documents, you'll be getting sales invoices and purchase invoices, and you'll be working off those for these exercises. Just we have to written out, but yeah, you'll be getting the actual source documents. Okay, so in this case, you would be getting a remittance advice note as your source document showing a payment from Primark to us for their full balance of 11,400 plus VAT. And we want to record that. So we go to customers, we've clicked on Primark here and we go customer receipt. And let's go Primark again up here. We've selected Primark, so it's showing you this is we've only one sales invoice SI for them. How much do you want to put in here as receipt? Again, if you hit the pay in full balance, it fills out with the full amount they owe us. That's how much they've paid us. And hit save and close. Okay, so now Primark have a balance of 0 because they're after paying us their full amount that was outstanding. Okay. Now a separate item. So we paid out rates of 550 with a check number 3. So again, you would be either getting, this is the question, or you would be getting a check number 3 with rates on it and an amount of 550. Best way to do this is probably a journal. So normal, go to the nominal code screen, go to your journal entry, call it rates. So we're paying it out of our bank. So we would be crediting our bank. So our bank was 1200, bank current account. Sorry, cross-ref should say check number 1. Detailed rates. There's no VAT on rates. It's not a sale we're doing here. And we're crediting the bank of 550. And then a debit. So this rates is an expense, which is a debit, the profit and loss account. So we are looking for the rates nominal code. So if we go back to our Word document, and we can see that general expenses begin with 7. So let's look for this. So we start with 7. Scroll down. Rent, water rates. There's general rates. General rates. Select that. And we debit 550. It's an expense, which is a debit. And again, our balance is now 0, showing that our double entry is okay. And we save that. Okay, that's that one done. And then if we go down to the rates, yeah, general rates we can see is now in the ledger. A debit of 550. Okay. Now this whole item here, I will just highlight. This is a motor vehicle that we're purchasing. So first of all, go to settings, configurations, and tax codes and change tax code 6 to 20%. So let's do that. Settings, configuration, tax codes, tax code 6. So imported goods, edit, and rate is 20%. Okay, and apply and close. So we've added a new, or we've amended one of the kind of unused tax codes to 20%, so we can use it for this supplier. So we bought a motor vehicle from a dealer called D Motors. So set him up as a supplier, DMT. Supplier, new, DMT, D Motors, D Motors Limited. We don't have an address or contact details for him. I don't think. No, so don't worry about that. Set him up with a VAT rate of 20% under the VAT, the T6 code that we've just set up. So go to your defaults section. The default tax code, it's default 23% would be the normal one. Let's say this is maybe coming in from Northern Ireland or the UK or something where there's a different code. So we go down to T6, which is the one we're after amending, and that's 20%. We save that. Now we paid for the car sorry, enter a batch invoice for the car totaling 25,500 plus VAT and select nominal code 0050 motor vehicles. Okay, we're going to use batch invoice for this. So, and it's also saying we paid for the car with check number 2, so record the payment. So let's go to suppliers and let's go to demotors and then batch invoice. Terms of agreed. Okay, so we can go back and click the terms agreed button as well to stop this pop-up coming up. Okay, we paid for it with check number 2. And nominal code, we're saying 0050 motor vehicles. So this default nominal code is for the materials purchase nominal code. So 5000 materials purchase. So if you're just buying materials from Lovely Looks or some of them, 5,000 is correct. Another way we could have done it is, let's just go back and let's open up demotors. Let's go to credit control and hit terms agreed to stop this pop-ups. And let's also go to defaults and change it because he's a motor vehicle supplier. So we should really change his nominal code to motor vehicles. So if we purchase something off him, it gets posted into that account. Okay, so now batch invoice. Okay, that maybe I didn't save it properly or something. So let's just put it in 0050 motor vehicles. And check 2. And it's a car, I think, isn't it? It is well, just a motor vehicle. Okay, so the vehicle, it was 25,500 plus VAT. See the tax code 6 that we selected, the 20% VAT. Okay, so the 20% VAT is 5,100. Now we can also put in that we've paid for this as well. But I'll show you another way. I'll just do it in 2 steps. You can put the amount paid in there, show that you paid for it. But let's just record the invoice first of all. Save. Okay, so at this point you can see, if you check your nominal codes, you can see we now have a motor vehicle debit, an asset of 25,500. Okay, so we want to actually pay this guy. So suppliers, demotors, supplier payment. Select him from the drop down and payment amount, pay in full. Okay, and save. So now the balance outstanding to him has gone to 0. So we've paid him in full. Okay, so now we've purchased it and paid him. Now we want to add the motor vehicle to the fixed asset register. Down here, fixed assets, new one. I haven't given you any details, so you can put in any kind of car. So in your project, you will get the details to add in here. So let's put in Volkswagen Golf. The reg number, serial number. If you had it, you'd put it in the location. Not overly important. Supplier is DMT. And then we also want to add in, so the depreciation. schedule on it. So we're going to set up the depreciation, depreciate over 5 years. So that would be 20% per year. Balance sheet depreciation. Let me go and find these for you. So balance sheet depreciation. So that's your accumulated depreciation, your balance sheet. So your fixed assets be given to zero, so it's going to be under the zeros. So motor vehicle 0051, motor vehicle depreciation is 005. Sorry, motor vehicle 0050, motor vehicle depreciation 0051. And then P&L side of your depreciation. Again, if you go to your nominal code summary, is 8,000, so depreciation on other expenses. So if you start with an 8 here, depreciation is 8, but then there's vehicle depreciation 8003. Depreciation method straight line unless you're told otherwise, and we said the rate was going to be 20%, so it would depreciate over 5 years. And our cost price was 25,500. Okay, and that tells you your next depreciation is going to be 425. And so the 25,500 depreciating over 5 years. So that is, let's just do it, 25,500 divided by 5 years. It's 5,100 per year. It's depreciating. It's going to be nil in 5 years. And then if you divide that by 12, that's 425 per month. So this is your monthly depreciation. So then you can set up a recurring journal, a monthly journal that will automatically post to your accounts that will depreciate your car by 425 a month. Okay, so let's save that. And okay, here's another one. We wish to set up a recurring transaction for salaries, 500 per month, starting on the 9th of November, and then monthly, the 9th of each month. So 500 per month on salaries, recurring transaction. Okay, so if we go to the bank accounts tab and recurring items up here, and let's add recurring item. And it's coming from the current account. That's where all our money is. And it's going to be salaries. So let's see. It would be general expenses. So if you start typing with a 7, your director's salaries, gross wages, you could put it there. Transaction references, transaction details going to be monthly salaries. Okay, and we said we're going to start posting it on 9th of November and then the 9th of each month. So 9th of November. So this is where the frequency, so it's going to be every 1 month. So every 1 month, okay? If you wanted to stop after 6 postings, you would type it in there, but we're not going to put an end date in. Just be careful on the tax codes as well. So if it was a sale or something like that, it would be 23%, but wages, there's no VAT on wages. So that should be one of the tax codes with a 0 on it. But otherwise it will start applying VAT to your wage, which obviously doesn't make any sense. So 550, sorry, we said 500 actually. 500, and then okay. Okay, and then we have to go up to so we've added this in, so now we want to process this, make it live, and we're only at the 15th of November, so there would only be one to date. So now we want to post this and close. Okay, so that's that one done. Now, next one we want to do an accrual for premises repairs carried out estimated at €200. So this would what you would do if say some expense was occurring, or suppose maybe an example here, the tradesman comes in to fix some issue, there's a leak in the office, and the plumber has to come in to fix it, and he's going to send you in his bill in a week or two's time. But you're not sure exactly how much. He might have given you a quote, but maybe it's going to be more because it took longer or whatever. You just want to accrue an amount. So in your month end accounts, you know there's an expense there. You're just not fully sure what the figure is. So you're estimating it's going to be around €200. So you're going to put in an expense for €200. And then when you get the actual invoice, you can correct it. So let's do that. So an accrual for premises repairs to €200. Use nominal code 2109 accruals. So nominal codes, and let's just do a journal entry. 2109 is accruals. So that's your balance sheet. We just say repairs. The accrual is a credit balance. So this is your accrual is it's kind of your payable. What's payable to this guy? It's going to be €200. And then let's find the general expense that is close to what we're looking for. So something like repairs, maintenance costs, or something like that. Their repairs or premises expenses. So 7803. Again, you can create new ones or amend them if you have a recurring expense and there's no nominal code for it in Sage, you can just create it, but chances are there's one that's very close to it already. So premise expenses is expense, and we have 200 in the debit as well. So now our balance is nil. When we come out of this, balance is nil, and we post that. So save and close. I'm going to ignore these last bits. They're just showing you how easy it is to change. So if you want to change the name of the bank account, like any other record in Sage, you just open it up and edit from the window there. Like you can change whatever you want and save it like that. I won't, because there's no need to. It's just showing you how easy you can edit stuff. Okay, now, okay, so now let's do a bank reconciliation using I'm gonna end the video here, and I'm going, because I'm not sure how much time I have left on this one, I'm gonna do a third and final video for this exercise, which would be the bank rec.